And welcome to Minnetonka High School. We've got a cloudy and gloomy evening, but so far the rain has stayed away. And coming up here on CCX, we've got WPSL soccer, should be a good one. Fire SC98 out of St. Paul against the Minnesota Twin Stars based in Maple Grove and Brooklyn Park. There's a good look at the venue today, Minnetonka High Stadium. I'm Eric Nelson along with Torrey Burnett, the former Golden Gopher captain at the U of M, two-time state titleist in Colorado Springs at Cheyenne Mountain High School. Torrey, good to be on the airways with you, and we're looking forward to this matchup between the Fire and the Twin Stars. And we're going to have the starters right now on the screen as we get ready to kick this game off. Torrey, take a look at the Fire players.
This team is on fire, actually. They've been fantastic this year. They've got a lot of really good players that work well together, and I'm excited to watch them play today. This is going to be a good matchup.
And you see their starting 11. Morgan Turner, one of their key midfielders for the Fire. As we close in on kickoff, the Fire wearing the black dark jerseys with the black pants, red numbers. They'll kick it off. And the Twin Stars in the white jerseys and the black trim and the white shorts. And we're underway as we look at the Twin Stars starters. And they played yesterday, Corey, against Dakota Fusion.
Yeah, so it's going to be awesome to see how quick they can turn around here. All these girls are fit enough to be able to do this, though, but it's fantastic that it's not that hot out today, so these players can really get going. Yeah,
thank goodness. It was a 4-4 tie yesterday in South Dakota against the Fusion. Now the Twin Stars back in action quickly against the Fire. And again, the Fire trying to move it up against the Minnesota Twin Stars. They have the ball right now and kicking it into the end for Minnesota. That was Hannah Norman, and it rolls out of bounds in front of the Twin Stars bench, so they'll throw it in. Glad you've tuned us in on this Monday night in Minnetonka. Ball rolls out of bounds again. Entering play tonight, Torrey, the Fire in second place in the Central Region North Conference of the WPSL. They've got 11 points, tied with Milwaukee, but Chicago running away with it, 24 points.
Those reserve girls are fantastic. They just really know how to move the ball. But, you know, Fire gave them a pretty good run for their money last weekend. But this game, this derby we got here is going to be awesome to see these girls go toe-to-toe.
Twin Stars have 7 points, 2 wins, 4 losses on that tie yesterday in South Dakota against the Dakota Fusion as the ball rolls out of bounds one more time. We are early on in this broadcast, 1.5 minutes in, as the Twin Stars will throw it in. Trying to set something up and grab that early lead. And unable to run it down was Morgan Coutu. And the keeper for the Fire, Julia Clifford, able to come up with it. She played at St. Cloud State.
It's going to be really interesting to watch how all these Gophers work together. If you look on the Fire, the defensive center mid, Emily Heslin, and the attacking center mid, Molly Fiedler, are 2 of the best in the Big Ten. So I'm really excited to watch them work together today.
And the Fire kicking it across the center stripe. Blocked there by the Twin Stars' Courtney Henderson. But the Fire get it back in this scoreless match early on. Here on the pitch at Minnetonka High School, the ball rolls out of bounds right in front of that Fire bench. Again, they're based in St. Paul. Co-head coaches are Mickey McNeil and Aaron Tilson. They founded the Fire 23 years ago, so their fingerprints are all over this soccer club. Fire trying to generate some offense. Molly Fiedler, you know her, she's a former Gopher. And coming up to make the save for the Twin Stars was Olivia Poutine. She started every game this year for the Twin Stars in the nets. Poutine, who's going to kick it away now. And after it rolls off the head of Kaylin Billmeyer, it goes to the other goalkeeper, or I should say Poutine. Now Poutine played at Minnesota Crookston. And both teams early on here, Torrey, not really generating much offense yet.
Not yet. So they're in kind of competing formations. The Fire are sitting in a 4-3-3. the Twin Stars are sitting in a 3-5-1 actually, which is a little bit different than most people see. So why we haven't seen much offense yet is there's going to be a lot of competition through the midfield. So really, whichever team can get a hold of the midfield first is going to be able to generate some numbers here.
Fire have it out near the center of the field. They'll get it back to one of their defenders. And now off on the left side, this is Tatterin. And Tatterin loses control, and the Twin Stars will take over. And tossing it in will be Maddie Gaffney, former Minnesota Gopher. They've got a contingent of Gophers on this team, don't they?
Yes. I was actually roommates with Maddie Gaffney for 3 years, so I know her quite well.
You know the ins and outs of her game, no doubt about it.
Yeah. We were part of a back line together, so she's one tough girl to get around, so I'd beware if I was the Fire.
Hannah Norman with it on the far side. But that ball is stolen away by the Twin Stars. However, the Fire get it back. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here early on in this WPSL matchup at Minnetonka High. And there's a good look at Abby Soderholm, a midfielder. She played at Wisconsin River Falls. Grew up in Burnsville. Now the Twin Stars had to be happy yesterday, Torrey, with getting 4 goals. You never want to give up 4, but they showed some offensive firepower in that tie against Dakota Fusion.
Yeah, Dakota's been struggling a little bit. They're at the bottom of the table, but it's always fantastic to get your offense together and score 4 goals. That's an accomplishment for any team, so hopefully they can do the same here today.
Fire with it, and it's kicked deep into the other end by Annie Williams. But the keeper for the Twin Stars, again, Olivia Poutine, comes up with the ball, and she'll run up and kick it away. Both the keepers with the lime green jerseys on this evening. That kick goes out of bounds, but quickly they'll get a new ball and get it back into play. And the Fire with it. That is Boozeman. Boozeman with it. Boozeman down the near side. Her shot is blocked by one of the defenders. Good block there by Maddie Burant. Fire keep it though. Neither team has had a good goal scoring chance yet. And there's a battle again. Fire on the attack, but the ball knocked away. And that was a good play by Hannah Pavic on the defensive side for the Twin Stars. For the Fire, this is Helson. She'll kick it across field, and now a player goes down and a whistle, and that'll go against the Twin Stars. So here comes a free kick, Torrey. What do you think the strategy will be for the Fire?
She looked like she was about to go wide there, but she's going to probably pop it to the back post, see if somebody can get their head on it.
And the free kick was Hannah Norman as she popped it into that scrum in the middle, but the Twin Stars able to get the ball out of their goalkeeper's box. Now we're out near midfield again. Fire trying to get it back. And another foul on this one going to go against the Fire SC 98 team that is playing the Twin Stars tonight, as we are 7.5 minutes into the first half here in Skipperland, Minnetonka High School. Fire and the Twin Stars, WPSL action. Boy, this league has really grown over the years, the Women's Professional Soccer League, as the ball rolls near the Fire goal, but kicked out of bounds. It looks like the Twin Stars will inbound it. Morgan Coutu, former player at Minnesota State University in Mankato. She had a goal yesterday against the Dakota Fusion. She will inbound it. There she is. Morgan trying to figure out where she's going to go. Is there a strategy or something that you try to do on a throw-in from the side, Torrey?
I mean, you're just trying to find somebody who's open. Of course, it'd be amazing if somebody could flick it on to somebody closer to the goal, but mostly it's just getting the ball settled and then playing it to somebody else's feet.
Twin Stars will throw it in again, this time from near midfield. And a couple of headshots there by one of the Fire players. The ball rolls out of bounds. And we'll have another toss in from the far side. No true shots on goal yet in this soccer match here at Minnetonka High. Twin Stars trying to generate some offense. Maybe this is the possession. We'll see. Trying to run that one down is Morgan Coutu, but she could not. And it rolls out of bounds off of a Twin Stars player. So Fire SC 98 will bring it in. Twin Stars head coach is Turk Ozturk. Assistant coach is Natalie Engel. Turk Ozturk is a busy guy. He's the boys and girls soccer coach at Egan High as well in the suburban Twin Cities. So he's got a lot on his plate, Torrey.
I'm sure he's at the field every night doing just this, coaching some awesome Minnesota soccer.
Well, and you know how it goes. I mean, you played with the Gophers, had a great career there, a captain at the U of M, and now you're an assistant coach at McAllister in the MIAC.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I just picked that job up, this week, but figuring it out. My head coach is actually the former Gopher assistant, Crystal Seidel. So we're really excited to bring some of that Big Ten power to the MIAC.
Here's Emily Helson with a kick that rolls toward the goal, but it's knocked away by the Minnesota Twin Stars. Fire, though, keep control. Tatterin with it, number 5 in red on the back of that black jersey. This is Fielder. And there's a shot that's blocked. And the Twin Stars trying to get that ball out, and now they come up with it. And here could be an opportunity for the Twin Stars, moving from left to right across your TV screen. Running it down is Coutu. Coutu with it. Coutu, shot blocked, and it'll roll out of bounds. She wanted to put it in with that left foot, but good hustle by Hannah Norman, the former North Dakota State soccer player. And there are your Fire coaches, Mickey McNeil on the right, Aaron Tilson on the left. And boy, what a job they've done with this soccer club, Torrey. I mean, they have so much invested in it.
Yeah, this is fantastic because a lot of the girls in college, like you can see here, there's girls from all over. They all go, and there's people from DePaul, bunch of smaller schools in Minnesota, but they all wanted places to come back and play during the summer. And what a better place to play than for these two amazing co-head coaches.
Twin Stars, keeper for Minnesota, Olivia Poutine, kicks it away out past midfield. Fire and Twin Stars playing tonight right here on CCX. The Central Region North Conference of the WPSL consists of Chicago. And there's Turk Ozturk. The nickname, of course, is Turk. He's from Istanbul, Turkey. Moved to Mississippi when he was 5, and then his family came up to Minnesota. And he's become a fixture with the Twin Stars, Torrey.
Yeah, he's been there for quite a long time, and as you can see, he does a really good job at recruiting players to come in and play for him. He's done really well at mending all these girls together and making them be a successful and cohesive team.
And there's a shot and a goal! The Twin Stars get on the board. How about that?
Eric, like you were telling me earlier, what is the strategy for a good throw-in? That she flicked it on, and that was an amazing volley.
Yeah, and the Twin Star Dragons have the first score of the evening. One more look, and there's the throw-in you alluded to, and then the shot and the goal. And Maddie Durant gets credit for that goal, and she went top shelf left.
That was a fantastic volley. That's way harder than it looks, and she made that look so easy. That double touch there just to set herself up, and then a nice, clean finish. That was a great goal.
So Durant with the goal, 1-0 in favor of the Twin Stars.
Dragons strike first in the 13th minute on a goal by number 12, Maddie Durant.
And the Fire with it. They find themselves down by a goal now. Again, the teams in the Central Region North Conference of the WPSL, Chicago on top. As the Fire trying to come back and generate some offense, but that ball rolls out of bounds. Chicago 24 points, Fire SC 11, Milwaukee 11, Minnesota Twin Stars Dragons 7, Chicago City FC 6, and the Dakota Fusion don't have a point yet. So it's a total of 6 teams in the conference.
This would be a huge win if you know, the Twin Stars could keep this up. Not only would that help them out in the standings, but that's also, that goalkeeper she caught the ball and stepped out of the box, so this is going to be a free kick in a really dangerous spot for the Fire.
And that's certainly not the kind of mistake you want to make if you're a keeper, because now you put a lot of pressure on yourself and the defense, as the Fire are going to have that free kick that Torrey just talked about. And that'll be Emily Helson, the former Gopher, from point-blank range, basically. What do you expect Emily to try to do here? Just power it past Poutine?
She should absolutely try to put this on frame. This is right outside the box. This would be, it's hard to get it over the wall and down, but I've watched Emily hit many goals like this, so this is going to be really cool.
So that's a dragon wall back there. The gals in the white jerseys with the black trim, they're going to try to prevent this free kick from Helson. There it is, and she goes wide left. So she opted for the lower kick, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, she thought that the wall might jump there and try to slide it underneath them, make the goalkeeper have to, can't see it. But, oh, that was really good technique. She just pulled it a little bit wide, but good idea to try to get it underneath the wall there.
So in some ways you want to shield the goalie so they don't know where the ball is. You can't stop what you can't see, right?
Right. That's the problem with walls sometimes, is sometimes they help and sometimes they hurt.
All right. Back to live action. Fire with the ball. They're down 1-0, but they're on the attack. And that shot was kicked in by Maddie Frick, but the Twin Stars able to prevent any further offensive penetration, as we are late in the 15th minute of the first half. Poutine, who played at Minnesota Crookston, with the run-up and the kick. Fire keep it in. Twin Stars trying to get it out, but they can't. Frick with it. She loses it now. That is Jade King. A couple of players go down, play getting physical out there. And here comes the Dragons. And the shot by King was stopped by one of the Fire defenders. I guess you would call that the Fire wall. That defense for Fire SC.
Nice one.
In this technical age we live in, right?
The Twin Stars are transitioning really quickly, and it's catching the Fire back line off guard a little bit. If they can transition faster and find their open players in the width, they're going to have some success here.
Ball kicked away by Julia Clifford, the goalkeeper for Fire SC. How about Julia Clifford? A year ago, she was playing for the Twin Stars, Torrey, so you know she's extra motivated for this match.
Yeah, a lot of these girls know each other, and some of them play on the same college teams or have played against each other in high school. So this is truly a crosstown rivalry we got going on. Bragging rights are at stake.
Absolutely. The kick in there by Hannah Norman, and a header. Ball loose, another header, and it's kicked away, and a save there. Boy, good hustle by Jade King, who's out of Apple Valley, Minnesota. And she played at Texas Tech down in Lubbock. That was a great play on defense.
That was awesome. Good call by the goalkeeper to come out and try to get that, but a better flick by number 33 on the Fire, Annie Williams. Very fortunate that her defender came back and recovered for her there.
Corner kick is controlled by the Fire. That was Heslin. Another cross field kick. Now it's Fielder. And the ball will roll out of bounds onto the running track here at Minnetonka High. Fire will keep it. another throw-in for Fire SC. There's a battle down there. That's Mimi Iden. She was the player of the week in the WPSL a couple of weeks ago in the northern region.
Drew another corner. Here we go.
And I believe that's McKenna Boozeman who will kick it in. Southpaw.
Good, Morgan. Morgan, just follow her.
And there's the left-footed boot toward the middle. Kept in by the Fire. That's Vetter. And now a headshot and a save by Poutine for the Twin Stars Dragons.
Annie Williams is currently playing outside back for the Fire, but has gotten 2 really close headers trying to flick the ball on inside the box. She's covering a lot of ground today, and she looks like she really wants to score.
Ball back in. Molly Fielder had it momentarily. Now it's back to Bill Meyer. She played at St. Olaf. Former Ole trying to bring it up for Fire SC. And that one knocked away and out of bounds, and the Twin Stars will get it. Our center ref tonight is Al Hartgrader. The assistant ref number 1 is Connor Tobin. Assistant ref number 2, Phil Rickert. And the 4th official, John Easterwood. They're in charge of keeping this game clean and tight. And to prevent Mimi Iden, who has a lot of game from getting a shot off, Twin Stars were able to kick it out of bounds. And it'll roll out one more time. Maddie Frick will throw it in with 2 hands. And that ball kicked away again. So a lot of play so far tonight, Torrey, has been outside of the boundary. Ball's going out of bounds.
Lots of throw-ins.
Oh, the one-hand tip save by Poutine, and then it rolled off the post. That was nearly disastrous for the Twin Stars, but they avoid the goal.
That was a really good shot by Maddie Frick. She looked up and realized the goalkeeper was off her line. Goalkeeper does well to recover, but man, is she lucky that that post was there.
The post can be a goalkeeper's best friend, and it was there for Olivia Poutine. So the 1-0 lead still intact for the Minnesota Twin Stars Dragons. Again, the Fire SC team wearing the black jerseys, black shorts, the red numbers. Twin Stars with the white jerseys, black trim, and the red numbers. Twin Stars will kick it deep into Fire territory, and the keeper, Julia Clifford, will come out and try to set things up for her teammates. There's a headshot by Pavic. This is Frick. And that one will roll into the Fire bench area. We're at the 22-minute mark here in Minnetonka. Lights not on yet. We had the early 6 o'clock kickoff, so plenty of daylight left as we are in that part of the year where the days are about as long as they can get, Torrey.
Yeah, June 21st, summer solstice.
Yeah, we are in that time of year where you really don't need lights for a lot of these night events in the North Star state of Minnesota. Fire kick it in. And again, the ball rolls out of bounds to the running track. Got a bunch of different ball girls here, and I know that they're excited to be part of the action tonight.
A couple of them are from my my little team that I coach up in Blaine Soccer Club.
So you have a lot on your plate as well with the McAllister job, coaching in Blaine, youth soccer, color commentator on CCX.
Can't get enough of it, I guess.
Build that resume.
Yeah, lots of hats.
Here come the Fire. This is Tatterin. Gets it out for Helson. And there's a shot and a goal for Fire SC 98. It may have been deflected in,
That was a fantastic header.
And a tough break for Oz Turk and his Minnesota Twin Star Dragons as we take another look at it. And it was deflected in off of, I believe, Annie Williams.
Mariah Haverly, actually. North
Mariah
Dakota
Haverly.
State.
So
Yeah.
she gets the header goal.
That was really well timed by her to make that run in.
Yeah, that's an art, isn't it?
And Hannah Norman with that fantastic ball through for her. Served it up on a platter. All she had to do was redirect it.
So Mariah Haverly, who is not one of the starters for the Fire, comes in off the bench and gets the goal, the headshot. Well, you don't see that a lot. You'll see it, but there's an art form to it, isn't there?
Absolutely. That was a very well-timed run and an even better ball from that center back. Having that vision to pop it over the Twin Stars back line and just a little kiss right by the keeper. That was amazing by Haverly there.
1-1 our score. First half. Twin Stars and Fire going at it. Fire looking for more. This is Haverly. She's already got one. Now she's got two. The power kick and the goal for Haverly. Wow, she delivers. Former star at North Dakota State, and she's got a couple of goals in a short span of time.
She's on fire.
Yeah, literally.
What
Scorching
a
hot.
rocket. Amazing shot with her left foot there. Just fights off the defender. Nice little pullback. Left foot right into the corner.
Yeah, agility. And then power with the kick.
That thing was on a rope.
And
That
in
was
traffic,
amazing.
Torrey, there were two defenders for Twin Stars Dragons there, and they could not stop her. And suddenly, Fire SC 98 on top 2-1.
2 goals within, what, a minute or so for
Yes.
Haverly? It's fantastic.
Well, and it's always sweet for Haverly to have success in the Twin Cities. She's a former soccer star at Armstrong High in Plymouth, which is right smack dab in the middle of the CCX viewing area. And there's a ball that will roll out of bounds. So a tough minute or so for Olivia Poutine, the Twin Stars Dragons goalie, giving up one off the head, and then the hard rocket kick by Haverly, who gets both of them.
There wasn't a whole lot she could do about those. I mean, Mariah did a great job at hitting those where the goalkeeper wasn't, but you know, the Fire FC have really had the run of play here in the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, they have been on the attack. They've found their offensive mojo so far. Haverly again, but this time they get it away from her. Now it comes out to Coutu. But it goes right back to Tatterin of the Fire. Vetter, crossfield kick. Running it down is Molly Fielder. Now they try to center it. Haverly out on that left wing, if you will. They now account for her. She is on their radar. They know where number 36, Mariah Haverly, is.
And they should. That girl can score.
This is Norman. Norman with the kick, but we have a whistle go up or go off.
Mariah Haverly knew she was offside there, so she elected not to kick it. So the ball is still in play, and now it's a throw-in for the Twin Stars, really deep in their end.
You got to be careful here on the throw-in to not turn it over. And the ball kicked out of bounds again. So Fire will toss it in. This is Tatterin.
Twin Stars SC would like to thank Dr. Nicole Hamill of Hamill Sports.
Now Heslin with it.
She's been helping to create healthy families
And there's a shot that's going to roll wide of the net by Maddie Frick, one of 2 players who played at DePaul University for Fire
Thank you for everything you
SC.
do. For you at home, you've got chiropractic needs or orthopedic needs, consider Dr. Hamill. Hamill Sports and Family Chiropractic in St. Paul.
Poutine with the kick. off the head of Jordy Stafford. Fire get it back though, as they want more. They've been on the attack a lot in the last few minutes. Here's Haverly trying to center it. Haverly gets it back, now loses it, but her teammate Vetter gets it, and then it's knocked out of bounds, and the Fire will have a corner kick from way downtown. Any thoughts on what they might be thinking here, Torrey?
Well, Hannah Norman had that first assist to Haverly.
Hannah Norman on service for the Fire.
So I'm sure she's going to serve this in, and she's hoping somebody else can get their head on it.
It is a headshot, but this time it's one of the Twin Star Dragon players who knock it out of there. Now they kick it back in, but Poutine takes no chances. She will hold on to it. She's going to kick it away, so they survived that threat. That last kick by Billmeyer for the Fire. And the save by Poutine, whose kick is going to go far to her right and roll out of bounds. Almost got one of our crew down there. Camera guys, we got all hands on deck with this broadcast here on CCX. Women's Professional Soccer League. Glad you've tuned us in on a Monday night. Kind of a gloomy, cloudy evening, but no raindrops yet. Here comes Mimi Iden. Mimi Iden will drop it off right side, but it's stolen by the Twin Stars. Now Abby Soderholm has it. She dishes off for Jade King. King, good pass there for Katu. Katu trying to get a shot off, but she couldn't do it. She ran into traffic and was unable to navigate through that. That's good defense there, and that's what you need. So credit the Fire SC team for stopping Katu without a shot. Fire trying to get the ball out now. Fielder with it. Twin Stars are down by a goal. They led 1-0 early, but the Fire have come up with 2 goals by Mariah Haverly, and they have the lead as we are late in the 30th minute of the first half. Great facility here at Minnetonka High School. Field turf is your surface. Now, you're a former soccer star. I know most soccer people I talk to would rather be on grass, you know, the stuff a cow can eat. But your thoughts on field turf?
It makes the game a lot faster. The ball rolls faster, so you kind of have to account for that when you're playing. It also makes it a lot hotter, so I'm sure they're thankful for these clouds we've got going on today.
Is there a wear and tear factor on the knees, the feet, the ankles, things like that after a match?
The biggest thing are, you know, the turf burns. I think everyone gets them on their knees. If you have a slide tackle, they're up on your hip. Those are the worst. But
the strawberries.
Yeah, all a part of the game.
Twin Stars. Molly Riley gets it off to one of her teammates, and that shot there by Jordy Rowan Stafford, but the save made by Julia Clifford. So a good effort there by the Twin Stars. They had the shot, but the keeper, Clifford, the former St. Cloud State Husky, made the save. Now she boots it away. And we'll have another throw in for the Fire. Alexa Tatterin throws it in, gets it right back. Twin Stars with the steal. Here they come. Trying to drum up some offense, down by a goal. Jade King up the far side. Some contact, and the ball will roll out of bounds.
Kaylin Billmeyer is doing a fantastic job for the Fire. She's been all over the pitch, chasing people down and keeping the ball away from her net.
Fire get it out of there. It'll go back near midfield, and that's Courtney Henderson kicking it out of bounds, and the Fire will get it right back. Here come the Fire. Mariah Northrup is in the game now. Could not chase down that ball, and it rolls way out of bounds. And a new ball will be put into play, and the Fire will have another one of those corner kicks.
Fire's 28, Roxy Reamer, steps up to the ball.
So that's Roxy Raymer on the corner kick. She played at North Dakota State. Boy, that ball sailed away from where I think she wanted it to go, but the Fire able to keep it, and they're still on offense. Hannah Norman, another one of those players who played for the Bison up there in Fargo, North Dakota State. Boy, soccer just growing all over the upper Midwest, Torrey.
It is, and it's fantastic to see that, you know, we've got a good crowd out here too today, Eric. And it's amazing watching all the support that we've been getting here. And women's soccer is such an amazing platform, and it's awesome to watch how much it's growing up here.
Yeah, absolutely. More and more young girls playing the sport. High schools and colleges have had programs now for a long time. Now I got to put you to the test here.
Ooh.
You being a Colorado girl.
Here we go.
Were you happy that Colorado Rapids beat Minnesota United the other day? Or have you turned the tide and do you cheer for Menu?
I know more players on Minnesota United, actually.
There you go.
So I like both, but it was a good game. Unfortunate for Minnesota United.
Tough loss, 3-2, I believe.
Yeah.
35 minutes of the books, 10
Last minute goal by the Rapids.
Clifford on the kick. Fire with it. Twin Stars take it away. Jade King. Jade King in traffic. Jade King still has it. Good pass. They get it in the middle of the pitch. Twin Stars have a chance. King, a shot, and that'll be a one-hop save for Julia Clifford, the keeper for Fire SC. So they had what they wanted. They set it up, Torrey, but they didn't get really the shot they liked.
Jade King took that shot there, and it got deflected by one of the Fire players. But again, the Twin Stars are doing a fantastic job in transition. They just need to get better looks before they try to shoot. Need to make sure there's no defenders in the way.
Fire have the one-goal lead. They'd like more. They're in the Dragons' end of the field. That's Maddie Durant. Now the Twin Stars will kick it onto the other side of the pitch. Alexa Tatterin up the sideline. Fire still have control. Fire on the far side. Here they come. They set it up for Molly Fielder, but Fielder couldn't do much with it. Defense able to cut her off. And now Olivia Poutine one more time will kick it away for the Minnesota Twin Stars.
Just a few minutes left in the half here, Eric, and you can kind of see the game from yesterday wearing on the Twin Stars a bit. They look a little bit more tired than the Fire, who have double the subs that the Twin Stars have.
Fire starting to sense a little fatigue like you talked about, Torrey. Let's see if they take advantage. There's a shot deflected. It was off the mark. Yeah, soccer's such a stamina sport. You run so much in a match that to play back-to-back games really is a challenge.
Well, most of these girls are playing college ball, and we have at least one day, most of the time two, in between games. So playing back-to-back days hasn't really happened since our high school club days. So it definitely is a test of your stamina.
We're in the 38th minute. And this will be Alexa Tatterin bringing it in for the Fire. Heslin has it. Deep kick off the head, and Poutine will catch it with both mitts. She'll run up.
There's Annie Williams again. She keeps getting herself really high and into the box, and she's got the most stamina out of everybody. She's been running around back and forth all game. She's about to do it again.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff by Annie Williams. Tatterin to Heslin. Fire trying to work their offensive magic. Fielder with the dish to her right. And there's a shot, but it wasn't on goal. And the Twin Star Dragons made sure that that wasn't going to go by Poutine on any sort of deflection. One more look at this one.
Emily Heslin almost gets her head to this, just a little bit too early on her run. That would have been an amazing goal, kind of like their second one, or their first goal from Mariah Haverly.
Well, the Fire get it right back. Now the Twin Stars trying to clear it out of their end. There's a battle. Jade King wins it. Up the far sideline, here comes Jade King. We've seen her periodically in the match get something started offensively for the Twin Stars. That is Emily Sullivan. She played for the Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Gold. Sullivan, number 35, for the Fire Soccer Club. Fire kick it out of their own end. Can they maintain? Billmeyer. And then a shot. Not much on that one. Not much mustard on that kick by Emily Sullivan. And Poutine with the easy save. Poutine gets rid of the ball with that kick. Well, when you play back-to-back matches, Torrey, I would guess that this is a situation where Turk Ozturk, the head coach for the Twin Stars Dragons, he's going to want to tap into his bench and his depth and use everyone.
Absolutely. He's got one more sub coming right now. And that'll hopefully help them get a little bit of momentum back.
Yeah, there you can see the subs who will be entering this match. And play continues. Jade King, two-hand toss in for Abby Soderholm. Now it's Katu, and Katu could not chase the ball down. It rolls out of bounds.
Kaylin Billmeyer did a good job there, just clearing it out, getting away from pressure as her goalkeeper is coming out there. It's good work by her.
Stepping on the field a moment ago. Dragons number 4, Abby Soderholm. The Flyers 15, Ashley Evelyn.
And the Twin Stars have it in the Fire end. Jade King gets it way back out up top. With the Fire, they get the ball. Here comes Mackenzie Langdock, another former Gopher. Billmeyer with it, and they're going to regroup. They're going to hit the reset button as they get it back to the keeper, Julia Clifford. And down goes one of the Fire players. I believe that's Molly Fielder. It's a foul on the Dragons. So it's a free kick from just past midfield. Kind of set are they in now, Torrey?
She's going to serve it again. She had Heslin open in the middle, but elects to kick it into the box.
Twin Stars trying to get the ball out. but they can't. Kept in by Tatterin. Tatterin loses the ball, but Billmeyer able to come up with it, and a whistle.
Offside flag is up.
So offsides. Explain offsides to our novice soccer viewers. How similar is it to offsides in hockey?
I was going to say, in the great state of Minnesota, we can do it blue line style. So basically, soccer offside is the same thing, just the blue line moves with whoever is the furthest back defender.
So it's a floating blue line.
Right, it's movable. So right now, with the Twin Stars, it's number 8. She's furthest back. So as long as the player receives it in front of her, it's fine. If she can move after the ball is kicked, which is when it gets a little dicey, but it's right after the ball is kicked, they can move past that line.
Tatterin to Billmeyer. Tatterin, versatile player, very quick. Now it's Billmeyer again as they're just trying to set something up and look for that crack or that crease in the Twin Stars defense. Centering pass by Tatterin. Now it's Raymer. Here's a shot over the net. A hard shot by Billmeyer, but she had too much on it.
Langdock hit that one well, but it just kept floating on her. Needed to get her chest down a little more. Sat right to her. She got enough of her foot on it, just needed to keep it down.
Well, she had the look, but it sailed over the top of the net. Langdock again into Sullivan. Evelyn on the right side. There's a shot and a goal from the far right side, and the Fire go up 3-1, and Poutine didn't have enough hops. She couldn't elevate to make that save, and the Fire have the 2-goal lead.
That is so tough for the Twin Stars. We are in stoppage time right now.
Yeah, and pretty good defense there, but a better kick.
Yeah, Ashley Evelyn just puts it right over the top of the keeper. She got a little distracted watching the ball there. Should have done a little bit better, but a fantastic strike by Ashley Evelyn out of North Dakota.
Yeah, so a late goal in the first half. Rachel Wall was on defense and was guarding Eberling there. I thought she did a good job, but it was just an outstanding shot to beat Poutine, and now the first half has come to a close. So Fire get a huge late goal in the final seconds by Eberling in the first half, and they have the 3-1 lead. So your thoughts on what looked to be a Fire team that has a little more energy and pep, especially later in the first half, based on the fact that the Twin Stars played yesterday?
Yeah, well, the Twin Stars came out firing on all cylinders. They got the first goal of the game, but fatigue kind of cost them there at the end. All the credit to the Fire squad for hitting some amazing goals there. Mariah Haverly hit those first 2, and those were great goals, and that last one was more of a schross, a shot and cross combined. She's a little happy that went in, but hey, a goal's a goal.
Well, Turk Ozturk and the Twin Stars Dragons, they've got work to do. They're trailing by 2 at the half. Time for a break. There's one of the goals by Haverly. It's 3-1, Fire SC. This is WPSL Soccer on CCX.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we're at the break here at Minnetonka High School, WPSL Soccer, right here on CCX. Fire SC 98, they're based in St. Paul, on top of the Minnesota Twin Stars 3-1. You can see the Fire there catching a break, doing a little hydrating on this warm summer night. Eric Nelson along with Torrey Burnett. Thanks for tuning us in. Our director is Isaac Rice. We've got all hands on deck, great camera crew and producers and tech folks making this broadcast possible. So, as we look back at those first half highlights, Torrey, it started out rather slowly, but boy, did the Fire catch fire.
You're right, and here's the Twin Stars catching early. That was a fantastic goal. Really, really good finish.
That's Maddie Brandt getting the only goal of the game so far for the Minnesota Twin Stars. How about the Fire?
Yeah, you know, Emily Hessling kind of pulled that one wide, but it's all right because they had a lot of other chances and have capitalized on 3 of them.
Well, Hessling is a multi-talented player. Now, there's a save courtesy of Poutine and the goalpost. So the Twin Stars caught a break there, but how about the header by Haverly? So she can do it with the noggin, and she can also do it with the foot because her second goal, that was pure power.
Yeah, nice little nutmeg there and an amazing rocket with her left foot. She did really well to keep that down there.
So that made it 2-1, and the Fire continued to be on the attack, and it would stay 2-1 until very late in the first half, and then the goal by Ashley Evelyn, the former North Dakota Fighting Hawks player, and that was a huge goal because there were just seconds left in the extra time. And now you take a look at the standings in the Women's Premier Soccer League, Central Region North Conference. Chicago Red Star Reserves, I mean, you need a telescope to see them, Torrey. They're way out ahead of everybody. And then it's Milwaukee, Fire SC, Minnesota Twin Stars, Chicago City, and Dakota Fusion. But the Twin Stars really need to come back and win this one, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And you can see from that -11 goal differential that they get scored on a lot. And so these 3 goals aren't great for them, but that also means that they score a lot too. So they're looking to get their offense back involved here and see if they can level this game out.
And it is a very short regular season in the WPSL. It's a 10-game regular season, so Chicago's almost in the books. There are some members of the crowd who have showed up to Minnetonka High School, Twin Stars fans, who are hoping that their team has at least 2 more goals in them tonight and maybe 3 to pull off what would be a great comeback, but they've got work to do. So we will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second half. Fire SC 98 and the Minnesota Twin Stars. It's a 2-goal lead for the Fire here on CCX.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Well, the Twin Stars have work to do. They trail by 2 goals as we are closing in on the start of the second half. Welcome back to Minnetonka High School. Torrey Burnett, Eric Nelson with you. Soccer on CCX, professional soccer, WPSL edition. Glad you've tuned us in on this Monday night in the western suburbs. Cloudy gray skies above us, but we don't have any raindrops falling, and that's the good news. The pitch is high and dry, and Torrey, as we begin this second half, what do the Twin Stars need to do to get back in it?
You know, Eric, they really need to get numbers forward. They've had a good transition so far, but it's only a couple players that are transitioning. They need their whole team to step up together so they have numbers in the attack. If they can do that, I think they can break down this Fire line that pushes their outside backs really high.
Fire moving from left to right across your TV monitor. They're wearing the black jerseys, black shorts, red numbers and lettering. Twin Stars white jerseys, black trim, white shorts, and the red numbers. Twin Stars have never led in this game. It was 1-0 Fire, 1-1, and then the Fire getting a couple of more goals to make it 3-1, and that's where we stand as the second half just underway here at the home of the Skippers, Minnetonka High School. These surfaces field turf. Boy, this is a great facility. Across the way, they have a baseball stadium that looks like something you'd see at the Class A level in minor league ball. There's a game going on beyond us. A lot to see out here tonight, Torrey, at Minnetonka High.
Yeah, this is a great facility. I've never been over here, so it's cool to see.
There's the kick in by the Fire, and the Twin Stars frantically try to get the ball away from the keeper. And we have a new keeper for the Twin Stars. And we will try to get that person for you, as it is not showing up on our roster. Olivia Poutine started in the first half, gave up those 3 goals. Certainly not all of them her fault. But it looks like Christine Lynde could be the new goalkeeper. We'll try to confirm that as the Fire bringing the ball up. They want more. There's a left-footed shot by Annie Williams,
who again is the outside back. Look at how far up she is. If the Twin Stars can attack that hole that she's leaving in the width up there, they're gonna have some success, but they just can't get the ball up there yet.
All right, well, we are frantically trying to identify the new goalkeeper for the Twin Stars. Even some of the folks Torrey connected with the Twin Stars Dragons, they're not sure who it is. So it's a mystery keeper. Fire with the ball. Fire have the lead. Centering pass, and that one's knocked away. And that is Gaffney trying to get rid of it for the Twin Stars, but the Fire get it back. And there's a shot by, I believe that's Morgan Turner. And that one missed the mark as she was wide left. And the ball kicked away near midfield. Carly Perry with the boot for the Twin Stars. Fire, though, kick it right back in. And here come the Fire. Maddie Frick down the far side. Maddie Frick centering pass, but nobody there. And that one's kicked away by Rachel Wall. But the Fire maintain possession.
They put a lot of numbers forward here, Eric, trying to get more goals.
Annie Williams had that shot knocked away. Rachel Wall, who played at Michigan Technological University in college, her second season with the Twin Stars. And the throw in, that's Morgan Turner, and a block there by the Twin Stars. And it's clear right now, and you talked about it at the end of the first half too, Torrey, that the Twin Stars are on the attack. They're the proactive team, or I should say the Fire. The Fire are the ones being more aggressive, and the Twin Stars look like they're backpedaling.
Yeah, they look like they're just trying to stop the bleeding right now, and it's not going well with another corner kick here for the Fire.
Roxy Raymer, as they set up defensively and offensively. We'll see where Raymer tries to put the ball.
Lots of numbers in the back post.
There's the kick, the headshot, but it's nowhere near the goal. And the Twin Stars will try to clear it away. Trailing by 2 goals, that ball rolls out of bounds into the Twin Star bench area. They will quickly throw it back in. That's Jade King, but nobody there, and the Fire regain control. Fire have 3 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties on the season. That's 11 points. Good enough for 3rd place in the Central Region North Conference. Here come the Fire, and there's a shot, a face save. Boy, a blistering shot by McKenna Boozeman, the former Ms. soccer player at Mankato West. She's also an ex-Gopher, and I'll tell you what, that'll rattle the jawbone.
What a fantastic pass by Molly Fiedler there. She slots the defenders and finds McKenna. Fantastic save by our mystery keeper. I think her name is Christine Lynde.
I'll tell you what, more saves like that, and she's going to get more minutes. And that one had to hurt. Here come the Twin Stars. Maybe that will give them a lift. They're on the attack. Trying to generate any kind of offense here. Soderholm with it, but she can't control it. Now it comes back across the pitch. It'll roll out of bounds. This is a multi-use facility here at Minnetonka High. You can see the blue running track beyond the venue.
You say hurt or hot?
Heslin, a little bit gimpy there, but there's the track off in the distance. Of course, you've got the football field here and a soccer facility, so they get a lot of use out of this stadium. Fire on the attack again. Here's an opportunity. A shot. Oh, and almost a goal by Roxy Raymer, but it just hooked left. And she had what she wanted there, Torrey, that open look, and she got some definite juice on the kick, but it wasn't on the mark.
Fantastic through ball, and oh, that keeper was so beat there, and she just pulls it a little bit wide, but the Twin Stars back line needs to stay a little bit more compact if they want to not concede anymore today.
Well, the Fire have had a couple of chances already here in the second half. We're into the 52nd minute. Jade King's shot didn't have a whole lot of velocity on it. That's an easy save for Julia Clifford, the former Twin Stars goalkeeper, who's now a member of Fire SC.
And Eric, we just got confirmation that our mystery goalkeeper is indeed Christine Lynde. Comes out again off her line really well there. She's been making some really brave saves thus far.
Well, you were right on that, Torrey, all over it. Christine Lynde played at Concordia University in Nebraska. She's a law enforcement major, so we'll see if she can bring down a little law and order in the nets. They need it. Fire, though, they have other ideas. They want to be rebels. They want more. 3-1, our score. Fire on top. They have the ball out near midfield. They'll kick it back to the defensive end and regroup. That's Bill Meyer. She'll drop it back. And now a shove by Pavic of the Twin Stars. That was pretty easy call there.
Yeah, nice two-handed shove. Pretty easy for our center ref, Al Hartgrader. He's been doing a great job thus far this evening.
Yeah, just a little two-hand bump, just to let you know I'm still in the neighborhood. Here comes the free kick for Hannah Norman out of North Dakota State. She pooches it in there, and it's knocked away by one of the Twin Stars, and Soderholm kicks it up near midfield. Now the Twin Stars maybe have a chance as they bring it up. That's Katu. But Katu runs into too many Fire players wearing black jerseys, so that is about as far as she will go. Fire defense has been pretty strong most of the night. Heslin. Now an acrobatic kick up field by one of the Fire players, and the Fire have it. That's Boozman. That shot will be saved by Christine Lynde, and she will kick it away with the right foot into the bench area of the Twin Star Dragons. And again, another battle. That was Paige Cater, who's now in the game, one of the reserves for the Twin Stars. She plays at the University of St. Thomas. You'll get to know her well, Torrey, because you're an assistant coach at McAllister, and that's a MIAC rival for you there in St. Paul.
Yeah, we're away at the Tommies this year, so taking a few notes over here.
Yeah, scouting while broadcasting. You're multitasking. I'm impressed.
All the hats, Eric.
Got to do it. And the Fire again invading Twin Stars territory. Lynde will race to her left, though, and pick up the ball before any further trouble can develop. And Lynde, who's wearing that teal jersey, again, she's replaced Olivia Poutine, who played in the first half.
She's blending into the end zone down there, isn't she?
She sure is. Well, at least she has a different colored jersey than Clifford, because Poutine and Clifford both had the lime green jerseys. I was getting confused in the first half, but of course I get confused easily. The key with Lynde was we had to identify her.
Yeah, she was a mystery.
We sent out a missing persons report, and it finally came back Christine Lynde. All right, 2-goal lead for the Fire. Twin Stars have the ball. Another free kick coming up. That's Hannah Pavic, Concordia University of St. Paul player. Twin Stars, well, they'd love to get some kind of an opportunity here. At that firewall back there, that last line of defense for the Fire, they're just snuffing out anything.
They're doing a good job at staying compact and shifting together. You can see, Eric, they're pushing their outside backs really far forward, and that's what's helping the Fire keep the ball in the Twin Stars' end so much.
Fire still with it. That's Heslin. Some dazzling footwork. Dishes it off to Raymer. Up top for Fielder. And her left-footed shot was blocked by Pavic. You could hear that one upstairs here in the booth.
She's going to have a ball mark from that one,
yeah,
for sure.
That's a bruise that says, get me into a jacuzzi after the game.
I've had my fair share of those from Molly Fiedler in my career.
Well, you've even had a few concussions. Soccer can be a rough sport. Here come the Twin Stars, trying to rally. Jade King.
Field goal.
Yeah, a little bit wide left by King. Well, she got some muscle behind it, but it wasn't on the mark.
Yeah, I'll take one turkey.
And the field still is tilted toward the Fire in terms of where most of the action has been. That was a rare opportunity for the Twin Stars, but they could not capitalize. Here comes the kick away by Julia Clifford. There's Mickey McNeil and Aaron Tilson, the co-head coaches for the Fire. The MO for Fire SC, Torrey, is 2 head coaches are better than 1.
They're doing really well so far, and they just made another quick substitution. They're trying to keep their girls as fresh as possible, and so far it's been working out for them.
Fire racing in. That's Jenny Vetter, who's out of Mankato, but she could not chase it down. The Women's Pro Soccer League began back in 1998, so happy birthday, WPSL. 20 years old this season. My, oh my, where has time gone? It's basically the same age as the WNBA, which I think is 21 or 22. So both those pro leagues, Torrey, came on board roughly the same time frame, and it's given young girls something to aspire to as far as, you know, you don't have to stop at high school or college.
No, absolutely, and I think this is such an amazing thing for our community to be out here and witness these females going toe-to-toe and showing what it means to be strong and athletic, and that is so important just to be seen.
Yeah.
And as you're growing up in Minnesota, what a cool thing to see some professional athletes right in your backyard.
Yeah, no doubt about it, as there's a whistle, and that'll go against the Fire, that foul. Yeah, put a candle on the cake for the WPSL. They are up and running now for 20 years. And they've got over 100 clubs. It's the largest women's soccer league in the world. They've got teams, Torrey, in 40 of the 43 largest metro areas in the U.S., including the Twin Cities. 33 of the 50 states are represented. There's also a Canadian club based in Vancouver. I want that road trip. Can we get to Vancouver?
I'll go if you go.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. I'll see if CCX can work on that one. Ball rolls out of bounds in front of the Fire bench. We are almost to the 61-minute mark, and we haven't seen a goal yet here in the second half. There are 8 WPSL teams in the Los Angeles metro area. San Francisco, New York City, and Philadelphia each have 4. Charlotte, San Diego, Houston, Seattle, and Portland all have 3 teams in the area. Twin Cities with a couple. And we're looking at them both right here.
There's a lot of clubs out there that are trying to get into this league too. It's growing extremely fast, and everyone wants to be a part of it because it's a really, really great program for all these women. And as you can see, there's only a few teams in this region, so they would love to get a few more on the board.
Christine Lynde will make the save there. She goes to the field turf, covers that ball up. Didn't want to have any chance for another try by the Fire, so Lynde will kick it away. Well, and I know, back in the late or mid-1990s, whenever it was, you had the Team USA women winning the World Cup at the
99.
Rose Bowl, 99, so you remember it well. And I would imagine that shaped your career as it did many young female athletes.
Oh, of course. I mean, how cool to watch something so big. And I mean, that is still one of the most highly attended soccer matches in the United States ever. And it's incredible, and they set that precedent for us, of course. And the way that collegiate soccer and professional soccer has grown in the States over the past 20 years is absolutely a credit to the foundation those women laid down. And these girls here and these women are trying to keep that going and increase it even more, which is just the coolest thing.
Yeah, those girls were no doubt trailblazers, and now you're seeing some of the results of their great work they did to build a soccer foundation in the U.S. 3-1, Fire on top. They have the ball deep in Twin Stars territory, and no whistle there. And Lynde will run up and get the ball, and one of her teammates slow to get up off the field turf. I think that is
Gaffney.
Yeah, Gaffney. We'll watch it one more time. And it was Molly Riley was able to cut off that goal attempt by the Fire.
Molly Fiedler weaved her way through about 3 Twin Stars there and then got a little tripped up. Might have been a PK if we had VAR like the World Cup, but we don't have that here.
No, here in Minnetonka, we are VAR free, unlike Moscow. Here is Mimi Iden. Iden with the high shot, and that one goes off the crossbar of the football goalpost. Wow. Well, she had an absolute rocket shot there. One more time, as you watch Iden come up.
Goal kick Dragons.
I'll tell you what, NFL scouts might take a look at her with that kind of power.
Yeah, place kicker if anyone needs one.
Well, she's been a player of the week in the WPSL North region this season. That happened 2 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, Annie Williams of the Fire was the player of the week. So they've had some players come up with brilliant efforts during the season. Ball going back and forth. Fire now have it. And the Fire content to have the game go at this pace, I would think, Torrey, because they're up by 2 and the Twin Stars really aren't getting many opportunities as Iden brings it up one more time. Now Maddie Frick with it.
The Twin Stars have really been controlling this game since about the 7th minute or so, and I'm sure they're content with just passing around, but they're hungry for another goal, as you can see here.
Iden a centering pass, and wow, we almost had the hat trick for Mariah Haverly. She had the look, Torrey, and that would have been the trifecta, but she went high.
Oh, she wants that one back. This is well set up. This is just a little tap in, and she just hits it a little too hard with her left foot. As we saw earlier, her left foot can smash a ball, and she just hit that one a little bit too hard.
Is that a situation where maybe Haverly was overly excited, perhaps drooling at the thought of, hey, it's an open look and I can get that 3rd goal of the night?
Yeah, everyone wants a hat trick, and that was just on a platter for her. She probably just overthought it. As we saw before, she can score some amazing goals, and that was almost too easy.
Here's another shot. That one splits the football uprights. So the Fire right now, they are bringing it. They are bringing the heat literally, and the Twin Stars they're dragging, and you can see Mickey McNeil and Aaron Tilson down there on that Fire bench, very happy with what has transpired so far tonight. Meanwhile, Turk Otskirk, head coach of the Twin Stars, trying to figure out a way to get his team revved up, generate some offense. Once again, Lynde will have to make the one-hop stop.
Yeah, the Twin Stars are getting outshot 7-3, and you can just feel that the Fire have almost all of the possession here. Twin Stars need to work a little harder to get the ball back.
Throw in by the Fire. And here come the Fire again. In the black jerseys, red numbers, black shorts. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. Fire in this match, leading 3-1. Couple of goals by Haverly. Here's a shot and another goal for the Fire.
Molly Fiedler.
Yeah, Molly with the right-hand kick. And that one goes into the net. And the Fire now have a commanding 3-goal lead. Haverly with a pair, Evelyn with one, and now Molly Fiedler with this one.
Molly does well to read where that clearance is going, gets a touch, settles it down, hits a bouncing ball perfectly. Goalkeeper might have had a little bit of traffic, couldn't really see the ball, but Molly hit that one fantastically for how much it was bouncing.
Molly, another former Minnesota Gopher down there playing tonight, and boy, a tough break for Christine Lynde in the nets. I mean, she sprawled to her right, gave it incredible effort, but couldn't get a hand on it. So Fiedler with the goal, and somebody you know well with your Gopher background.
I've seen Molly score quite a few goals, and that looked signature, classic Molly Fiedler style. Pick the ball off and go straight to goal.
And the Fire with it again. Boy, they are not going to let up. They are keeping that foot on the gas pedal. Ball rolls out of bounds again. I was at the U of M about a week and a half ago, saw the new Athletes Village. I'm sure that you, being a former Gopher, walk around there now in Dinkytown and say, wow, if I could have just hung around another couple of years. That's quite a facility.
I am very, very grumpy that I did not get to have those amazing facilities. I had to sit through all the construction and didn't actually reap the rewards.
Oh, wow. Tough break.
Yeah, but they are so lucky to have that, and it is an amazing facility, not only for our athletics, but academics. We have so much more space to be able to do our homework and to get tutoring, and it's a fantastic place, and they're really lucky, and I know they really appreciate all that the university has been given recently.
Yeah, and that venue dominates the Dinkytown skyline. I mean, you can see it from blocks away, and they've done a good job, and the Gophers, I know, have been talking about wanting that for decades to keep up with the other programs in the Big Ten and around the nation. And a lot of former Gophers and other college players down there on the pitch as we speak. If you're just tuning in, Fire SC on top 4-1. WPSL Soccer from Minnetonka. Here's Jade King with a shot. And that right-hand kick will sail off the mark. It's been that kind of night for the Twin Stars. Limited opportunities, and then seemingly when they get a chance, Torrey, they don't really make it into a quality shot.
Yeah, Eric, they're just having trouble finding numbers forward. It seems as though the Fire is just everywhere and they can't really find a numbers up situation to find an open shot. And that's why you can see a lot of these shots they're taking are going wide.
Clifford will kick it away for the Fire. And that one will roll out of bounds off of one of the Twin Star players. So the Fire will have the toss in from somewhere in the Twin Stars end. Been a cloudy gray night here in Minnetonka, but again, no raindrops yet. And the one thing about field turf, I mean, there are pros and cons, as you know, Torrey. If you do get rain, though, it holds up better typically than natural grass, so you could absolutely play and not be too worried about the weather.
It definitely changes how the ball rolls on it, though. If it gets wet, it's really, really slick, and the ball moves even faster. So luckily they don't have to deal with that tonight, but...
Another whistle. Well, the Twin Stars, they're probably dragging a bit. Again, they played yesterday in South Dakota, a 4-4 draw with the Dakota Fusion. And then they make the quick trip back here to the Twin Cities and have to be ready for a game tonight against Fire SC, their arch rival.
Yeah, not only did the game yesterday probably wear them out, but traveling that far, driving that far really isn't fun either. Especially after playing a game and having to sit in a car. It's not the best thing for their legs, but they're trying to press back here.
Yeah, you got to dig deep. Sometimes the schedule doesn't do you a favor, but you know what? Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, especially at the professional level. Twin Stars defense again comes through, not letting, or I should say the Fire defense not letting the Twin Stars get a shot off. Here's Iden. Boy, Iden can motor up the near side. Mimi Iden with the footwork and the speed. Centering pass, though, intercepted by the Twin Stars. And the ball rolls out of bounds. We're into our 72nd minute, closing in on number 73. Second half. It's been a night dominated by the Fire.
The Twin Stars have switched their formation. They threw another, they pushed a midfielder forward, so now they have 3 forwards to try to get some more offensive looks here.
Molly Fielder with it. Slides it up to Mariah Northrup. She played for Winona State. Fire still has it. And that's Bill Meyer. Bill Meyer now with the pass. And here comes the shot. And wow, just over the top of the net. I believe that was Fielder with the shot attempt. They had what they wanted. They had the setup. But she was, actually it was Jenny Vetter. I like the pass here though, Torrey, but Jenny Vetter just missed.
Yeah, Mackenzie Langdock does a good job to feed her out wide, but again, she just pushed it a little far left. Looking for another opportunity to get that one on goal.
Ball out near midfield. And the Fire bring it up one more time. They are still hungry. And there's a shot by Vetter again, like the last one. It went wide left. And Christine Lynde will kick it in for the Twin Stars, who they need to generate some offense, and they need to do it quickly. They're down by 3. Again, a soccer club based out of the Brooklyn Park and Maple Grove area in the northwest suburbs of the Twin Cities. Fire SC out of St. Paul, the capital city. And the Fire defense again snuffs out a potential Twin Stars offensive threat. And the other thing for the Fire, they're missing one of their top players, Torrey. April Bakken early in the season suffered an ankle injury. She's out for the whole year. She was on the women's under-23 national team this past winter, and she's not even dressed.
Yeah, April played with me at the Gophers for 3 years, and she is a very, very fast outside forward. She can beat anyone I've seen. She runs right around them, so that's definitely a big hit for the Fire. But they're still producing goals, and still their offense is clearly doing all right with 4 goals tonight.
Just saw Oz Turk, the head coach for the Twin Stars. Been a rough night for him and his club. And he just took both the boys and girls head coaching jobs at Egan High School, so congrats to Turk. He's done a lot for the soccer community, along with Mickey McNeil and Aaron Tilson on the Fire side. And I think really the goal for everyone in this WPSL is to keep growing the game, Torrey.
Absolutely, Eric, and they're doing a great job at announcing these games and advertising them, and it's fantastic that this is broadcasted right now so more people can see it.
Yeah, glad you're along for the ride on a Monday night. We are CCX TV. Torrey Burnett, former Golden Gopher star, 2-time state champion at Cheyenne Mountain High School in Colorado Springs. Love going out to your home state of Colorado, Torrey. That's always a lot of fun.
Skiing is definitely better there than here, I can tell you that much, Eric.
Slightly better, yeah. You've got all those 14,000-foot peaks to choose from.
We don't have 10,000 lakes, though, so.
No.
Trade-offs.
Twin Stars with it. And now that ball's going to roll out of bounds as Maddie Durant, who has the only goal of the night for the Twin Stars, could not keep the play alive. There's a good look at one of our assistant referees. Well, they have done a good job. Al Hartgrader, Connor Tobin, Phil Rickert, John Eastwood, your officiating crew, because you haven't seen a lot of players or coaches bark or argue about some of their decision making. So that means they've pretty much done what they're supposed to do, make the right call and stay under the radar.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job tonight. The only one that I'm sure he'll get an earful from the Fire coaches is that trip in the box on Molly Fiedler, but can't do much about those, especially when you're up 4-1.
Well, the Twin Stars just have not been able to drum up much offense here in the second half. I think they've had a couple of shots on goal, and that's been about it, Torrey, and they're down by 3, so that's not a recipe for a comeback. And the Fire have been on the attack most of the night, most of the second half.
Fire's been doing a really good job at taking the ball away from the Twin Stars higher in their half, so they don't have to do as much work to get to goal. When the Twin Stars win it, they have to go through the entire Fire back line, like you said, and their team is just a little tired, like we've been saying, from that game against Dakota Fusion, so it's hard for them to all get up the field together.
Here's Julia Clifford, the former St. Cloud State Husky, the goalkeeper for the Fire. She will kick it away with the right foot. I love the slogan that the Fire have: sky above me, earth below me, fire within me. I think we've seen that tonight, Torrey.
They've been playing lights out tonight.
Here's Mimi Iden. Watch out for her. She has very good speed and footwork. Iden with the kick and the sprawling save by Christine Lynde, who goes to her right.
She did all the hard work there to get the ball centered for herself, and then just couldn't get enough of her foot on that ball to have a nice clean shot. But Fire's still doing well.
And Lynde's kick will go out of bounds. As we are closing in on the 80th minute of the match, Mickey O'Neill, Aaron Tilson, both enjoying what they've seen so far from that Fire bench. I had a chance to talk to Mickey McNeil before the game. What a great guy, very engaging, and definitely wants to promote the sport of soccer. And Mickey McNeil is an assistant coach at Lakeville North, Torrey, as that ball rolls out of bounds. So he's very familiar with Turk Ozturk, the head coach for the Twin Stars, because now that he's at Egan, they will battle each other on the high school level, and now, as we are seeing tonight, the professional level. There's Ozturk and his new assistant, Natalie Engel, who played 3 years with the Twin Stars out of Bemidji State. So a good little rivalry here, professionally and at the prep level.
They're certainly getting a feel for each other as coaches tonight, and Turk, like you said, is having a little harder night than the other two, but I'm sure you can bring it back around in Egan a little later down in the summer.
Twin Stars with it on the far end. Trying to get it out of their own end. With the Fire, a lot of black jerseys down there, and they regain possession. They kick it in toward the middle. And that was Raymer who lost control.
You know, Eric, we've been seeing a lot of cohesiveness on this Fire team, and I think that might have something to do with a lot of these girls playing club together. There's about 6 Fire players who played at Minnesota Thunder Academy, and they all grew up playing soccer together, so I'm sure that's definitely playing a role here tonight.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you get to know each other, you click, and you know the pros and cons of each other's game. And it shows down there tonight for the Fire, who are in control with the 3-goal lead. Here's Raymer, the run-up, the kick, and the save by Lynde. So Raymer had the shot, but pretty easy save for Christine Lynde, who's in relief of Olivia Poutine. And again, another kick goes out of bounds. Pretty good crowd here tonight at Minnetonka High School. Fans checking out women's professional soccer. The WPSL. Fire SC against the Twin Stars. Well, what we've seen tonight, Torrey, is solid offense by the Fire, but really locked down, airtight defense.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the Twin Stars not really having that many looks, but whenever they do get one, the Fire have been right there, not allowing any shots on goal. After that first goal in the first half, after that, they've really kept it together and haven't really been in much danger since.
Twin Stars, again, get it in, but really nothing to show for it. Now they regain possession. That's Jordy Rowan Stafford. And she still has it. Now the ball goes out of bounds. So the Fire have it as this WPSL match continues. And that one's going to be knocked out of bounds. Again, it's the Women's Premier Soccer League. Been around now for over 20 years. And just to clarify things, these gals are not pros. As there's a save by Lynde, but the rebound is kicked in by Fire SC, and it's another goal for the Fire. And wow, Turk Ozturk can't believe it. And right there, getting that rebound kick for the Fire. You see the save, and I think that's Emily Sullivan they're going to credit with the goal. It is.
Mackenzie Langdock with that initial shot. Really, really good first save by Christine Lynde there, but just an unfortunate rebound, drops straight to Emily Sullivan's feet, and she puts it away.
Well, now it's 5-1, and the gap gets wider between these two teams here tonight. So Emily Sullivan, who played at Wisconsin-Eau Claire, and as I was saying, it's technically not a professional league. It's a women's premier soccer league, so the girls are still amateurs. But I think maybe down the road the goal someday, Torrey, would be to have a women's professional soccer league similar to the WNBA or what we've seen in hockey now.
Yeah, so there actually is a league. It's the NWSL and National Women's Soccer League. They have 9 teams currently. I think the closest one to us would maybe be Chicago. But they have been a league for about 5 years now, and they house a lot of the players from the U.S. Women's National Team. Their season runs from May to about September, so they're almost through into playoff season now, Eric.
So something for these gals to aspire to, perhaps, down the road.
Absolutely. There's a draft every May. We've had one Gopher get drafted. Rashida Beal went to FC Kansas City. And that's definitely a dream for a lot of these girls, to get drafted and to keep playing after their collegiate careers are over.
Well, this soccer match is winding down. Fire again on the attack. Here's a shot and a goal. Their 6th of the night. Emily Sullivan, one more time, her 2nd goal in about a 2-minute span, and the route is on.
Twin Stars just look really, really tired right now. Their back line is kind of disorganized and allowed for this goal.
Well, and Emily Sullivan got that pass, and you're right, the defender was running step for step with her, not in position really to make a play. That was Hannah Pavic, and Sullivan shows off her goal-scoring abilities with a couple here late in the match.
All the credit to her there. That's extremely hard to get your hips around that ball and to keep it low. That was a great shot by Sullivan.
Well, a 6-goal explosion by the Fire. Couple by Mariah Haverly, a couple by Emily Sullivan to lead the way. And the Fire has turned into an inferno tonight. And unfortunately for the Twin Stars, I think they just caught the Fire at the wrong time. Now, even if they didn't play yesterday, I'm not suggesting they'd win. This is a good Fire club. But you know you're going to have a battle on your hands, and then to top it off, you played yesterday and you had to travel to get back to the Twin Cities. Not a recipe for a good night.
I think something else that's working in the Fire favor is they have a lot of subs.
Oh, and we almost had goal number 7. Ashley Evelyn hit the crossbar, and she almost had her 2nd of the night. Boy, and they are bringing the heat.
That was a good strike by Ashley Evelyn there. Everyone wants 2 goals today.
Yeah, it's Deuces Wild. And the footwork and the rocket, but no go. And the Twin Stars just trying to regroup and live for another day. An impressive outing for the Fire. Mickey McNeil and Aaron Tilson, they'll have a very happy trip back to St. Paul after this one. They'll get a clean 3-point victory. Twin Stars would like to end on a positive note, though, Torrey, to get some sort of offensive momentum going, maybe pick up a late goal. We're in the 89th minute. Don't know what the extra time will be, but there's not much left. That was Raymer. Boy, the Fire, they do not quit.
Yeah, 5-goal lead, and they're still picking balls off and pushing forward. It's
Can't
impressive.
put out this Fire.
Goal kick Dragons.
And we're awaiting the kick in by Lynde. We were talking about women's pro soccer, and the Twin Stars have 3 players playing professionally across the pond, Torrey, overseas soccer. So not only are there opportunities here in the U.S., but you can go global with your game if you're good enough.
There's certainly a lot of opportunity overseas. A lot of Gophers go over there just because they want to keep playing and want to keep advancing their careers. And a lot of people have success and love their experience. Soccer is such a big sport all over Europe, you know. With the World Cup going on, you can see that there's so much excitement around it. So it's really cool that that opportunity is out there for these women as well.
We're into extra time now. And the Fire definitely in control of this one. Twin Stars hoping for a cosmetic goal to make that final score not look as bad. But they just haven't been able to drum up a lot of offensive chances. They have 8 shots tonight, 12 for the Fire, but you talk about getting bang for your buck. 1 out of every 2 Fire shots has been a goal. I'm not a math major, Torrey, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, 50%, we'll take that.
In soccer, that's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And there you go, the whistle sound, and this one belongs to Fire SC 98, a convincing 6-1 victory. Mickey O'Neill and Aaron Tilson will shake hands with Turk Ozturk. So the Fire get the clean 3 points, and Torrey, there's nothing to say except that the Fire was impressive.
They definitely came to play tonight, and they found their opportunities and finished them. Twin Stars will get some rest and hope to come back and play on a better note next game.
Well, and it was a great opportunity for our viewers to check out the Women's Premier Soccer League here on CCX. Hopefully we'll have more broadcasts down the road. We did the NPSL last week. The men, the Minneapolis City Mighty Crows against the Twin Stars. Had a lot of fun doing that one. Certainly great to be with you on the broadcast, Torrey, and a lot of success up in Blaine with your youth soccer team, and of course at McAllister as the season approaches.
Yeah, really good to be here with all of you guys. Great time with you, Eric.
And there you can see the handshakes and post-match exchanges going on. The Twin Stars obviously not happy with the way it turned out, but they will regroup and hopefully come back stronger for their next match. Again, 2 goals for Mariah Haverly and a couple for Ashley Evelyn, and they get 2 more spread out during the course of the match. It adds up to a 6-1 win. So Fire now 4-1-2 on the season. Minnesota Twin Stars 2-5-1. I'd like to thank Isaac Rice and the great crew we assembled here in Minnetonka. Steve D'Onofrio from the Twin Stars helped out a lot as well. For Torrey Burnett, I'm Eric Nelson saying so long. The Fire get it done. A 6-1 win. Soccer on CCX.
Come on.